guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, coach of your Wexford Wailords, and welcome to our UBL Season 2 draft recap video, where we are going to be going through the draft of our roster for the upcoming UBL, the Ultimate Battle League season, where we have some insane new coaches after joining us this season. I cannot wait to get started. If you guys do not know what is coming up this season, if you're not following the UBL on Twitter, or if you're not in the Discord server where I've kind of dropped a couple of names here and there, the coaching roster is insane. We have A-Drive, 6 Foot Hacks, Leo, we have CJ, we have the creator of the format, Steve Magnitude, playing it as well. We have an insanely lit coaching lineup this year, and hopefully, despite the rise in competition, because it is going to be a very, very tough season, we will still be able to make playoffs like what we did last year, and hopefully take the next step in not getting knocked out in the first round of playoffs. But hopefully we can do all that, and hopefully with the team that I've assembled, if you guys missed the draft stream, you're going to definitely get to see what our team is packing, and I'll give you a quick reason as to why I drafted each one, but I'm not going to go too in depth. I'm kind of, because most people here kind of have an idea what each Pokemon does, unless there's something newish. I'm kind of go into a little bit more detail, but there's not. Quick spoiler for you guys. There's one Pokemon. I'll give you a small brief spoiler. There's only one Pokemon that has a return in Wailord this year, or this season. Everything else is brand new to the Wailord franchise. So I don't think we muck around. I think we just get right into it. Pick number one. Now we were, I think it was like 13th, 14th in the draft. And there's a few things I created, like 13 picks that I was like, this would be nice to have, this would be nice to have, that would be nice to have. And crazily enough, right, 2 mons were kind of left at, like, that would have been like top 5, top 6, top 8 pick for me, were still available. And I was like, oh my dear God, these 2 mons are still available. One was Kieran Black, which I decided to pass on. I decided I'm going to pass on Kieran Black this season. I really wanted to pick it up, but I decided to go for Hoopa Unbound instead. Now, if you guys wonder about nicknames, I'll release nicknames as we actually use them on, and we're going to use every single one this season. I've no doubt about it. Our roster is insane. By the way, shout out to Hammer Time Stone, who was a huge help for me when I was drafting, because I needed someone to bounce ideas off. The amount of snipes I got, I was recipient of, was crazy. So having someone to constantly bounce ideas off, because as a big problem with me is, like, I get a good idea and then I just go on a tangent, so it was nice to have someone to help me there with that. But I decided to go for Hoop Unbound. It was kind of definitely high up on my list of mons I really wanted. Main reason is I felt last season, if I could tell you the draft plan, right, or what we're going to be doing this season, okay, just imagine, right, this is the playbook that we had, like this is the playbook from last season, right? Just imagine this, and just, if you remember last season, all our playbook was this. Basically, I'm just going to write it out here. All our playbook did was defense. That's all we did, was pure defense. And I was like, screw that. I do not want to be playing defense again for another season in a row. We had a total other calamity, like in the third pick in the, or fourth pick. Sorry, fourth pick last season. I was like, we're not doing that again. I'm not building a defensive team. I want to be going gun-ho. If we're gonna go in offensive, guns blazing. If we're gonna live by the sword, we're gonna die by the sword, and that's what we're gonna be doing. And I felt with Kieran Black we're gonna get like some really good offense there, but Hoopa was just gonna give me more versatility. I wanted versatility, I wanted offense this year. I want to be able to just light teams up as we go along, and if we fail miserably, we fail miserably. So Hoopa for me just gave me more versatility. If you haven't seen Hoopa Unbound stats, it's crazy. Mediocre speed, 80 speed is not very good, but I got sky high physical attack stat. I think it's like 160. Special attack is 170. I got set of moves like Nasty on Combine. I basically just wreck things. So, if you want to talk about like offensive versatile mons, this is one of the like elite mons going. I was like, boom, we're snapping this thing up. I cannot wait to use it. So after that, as I said, mediocre speed. And what I wanted to do with Hoop Unbound was, if I have it, I know I can break through anything. Like, no one, unless anything that's slower than me is just going to get nuked by it. Alright, you're not going to like hit on it. I can get free hits on any real team, like anytime I bring it, like, you know. So I figured I'm going to need some elite speed. I want some Volt turn initiative. I need that kind of support for Hooper to be able to kind of really shine here. So my next pick, I'm delighted I got this round 2. I can't believe it was there. But in tier 2, and it's a tier draft, I forgot to mention it, but in tier 2, we got Zero Aura. So Zero Aura is on this squad. I cannot believe we got this thing. It is absolutely insane. I was pretty sure this wasn't going to be coming back around to us when we picked up Hoopa. Now, I didn't feel like Zero Aura was worthy of a round 1 pick. I was like, no, it's just not good enough. But round 2, coming into mid-round 2, I was like, do you know something? Or early mid-round 2, I was like, do you know something? This thing kind of fits the bill for me. Very fast, it's got elite speed. There's only like 1 or 2 Pokemon that in the format that actually outspeed me. Like naturally, everything else has to be choice scarfed, or it has to have a setup, or something like that. And I was like, beautiful. Give me that elite speed, because it is delicious. And then like stat-wise, we're not doing too bad. We got like 100. I can't remember the exact numbers, but we got like 110-ish, 105-ish kind of attacks, special attack. Didn't around what Infernape has. Now Infernape obviously has more powerful moves, but we used to have like a decent kind of, you know, attack stats there, coupled with exceptionally good speed. You get a bit of priority. We get Volt Switch, which is what I really wanted. I wanted something that can switch in and out. So having Volt Switch there was key. And then on top of that, I just felt the kind of need I have. Fast electric type, and it was going to be fun to use. Pokemon that I haven't really been able to get my hands on using just yet, and we're going to definitely have a really good fun time using it. Just a small bit more on Zero Aura. I don't want to kind of stay here too long and waste your guys' time, but if you guys don't really know what move pool it has close combat, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Thunder Punch, Fake Out, Quick Attack, Grass Knot. I believe it gets Bulk Up, and I believe it gets Calm Mind. Maybe I might be mistaken on Calm Mind, but you're talking like that kind of move pool. It doesn't really get much more on the offensive side. It gets like a couple of like straight like different moves like Outrage and stuff that it's nice. It's nice that it has it, but it's not really something that you're gonna be able to use week in, week out. Like, so the list of moves there are kind of its main moves, and hopefully we can actually show off Zero Aura for that. 143 base speed, insane. So I was kind of happy with that. I was like, you know, we have an exceptionally really massive physical we have essentially good offensive threat. We have some top tier speed. Let's start building our up on chorus, right? And as soon as I saw this mon not being going around, not being picked up around 2, and funny was, a lot of the coaches were trash talking this mod, and I was like, screw you guys, I want this because it actually fits what I really want to use in this league or in this season, and that is Salamence. So everyone was saying Salamence gets 4 moves syndrome. It's not going to be anyway good. It's gonna you never know what to bring with it. And I was like, screw that! I want versatility. This is what I want. I get an Intimidate user, a Moxie user, a Dragon Dance user. And it is an unbelievable Dragon type, right? It's a physical attack stat is incredibly high. Now, not as high as Hoopa's, but Hoopa's physical attack stat is through the roof. But we have an insanely high attack stat. I got it for 120 points. We got 400 points to spend. 120 points just for an insanely good dragon type like this. I was like, yeah, bring it on. Beautiful stuff. I can hit on the special and the physical side. For me, this is perfect. Give me my dragon type. I thought this was actually kind of a bit of a steal in round 3, like mid-late round 3. I was like, give me that. Give me that. That'll definitely do. I kind of had 2 ideas what I wanted for this pick in round 3. If Mence got sniped, I was going to go Togekiss, because I kind of wanted a flying type just to kind of, you know, stop ground spam early on. So Togekiss was there, and I wanted a fairy type. So I wanted a fairy type cleric kind of thing. So as Mence had been gone, Togekiss was the backup. But because I got to pick up Mence, I decided we'll park Togekiss, because I don't want 2 flying types like that. No. And we decided to pick up Sylveon. So Sylveon is our next pick. Again, this kind of helps me feel out the Steel Fairy Dragon Core very, very nicely. I get a Wish Passer. I get another Pokemon that is able to pivot for me. So Sylveon gets Baton Pass. Now, Baton Pass as a momentum switching move where you can just switch out is allowed, but I'm not allowed past any stats. So we have Baton Pass there. I can Wish, and then with Pixelate Hyper Voice, I can actually provide some offensive pressure as well. And this thing is quite bulky as well, as everyone kind of knows about Sylveon. So very happy that not only did we get like a Wish Passer and a mon that can actually you know, switch in and out with baton pass, but we could actually add a bit of bulk to the team. I really want to go offensive, but definitely want the bulk at the moment. So or like some bulk, so we're not like totally, you know, doing ourselves in with offense and we're having to play hyper offense each week. So happy enough for Sylveon. I knew then I had a good bones for Steel Fairy Dragon Core. But I kind of needed to pick up other stuff as well. I wanted a good Fire Water Grass Core, and I wanted a couple of other things as well. And the next pick, right, which is a Rockrunnint, okay? Really solid pick. Delighted we managed to get this thing, right? Solid water type. We can kind of come in, sponge any kind of hits. Scald is not an issue for me. I can come in and take Scalds all day. And I was kind of really happy with with picking this thing up. The big shining example for this thing, and might be a bit of a spoiler for anyone who's watching this who I'm going to be facing, but the big thing for me is sticky webs. So sticky webs is sticky webs. Having a brain fart there, but having webs up on the opponent's side of the field slows them down, and that just allows Hoopa to come in at any time then and just set up and sweep. So not only does Hoopa become a wall breaker, but with a Rockrunnint support there, we become a sweeper as well. So I thought having that with the extra bulk that I'm going to get from a Rockrunnint, I felt was really tasty, really nice. And I get a couple of nice different moves as well, like Lunge, Liquidation, Waterfall, Leech Life, that kind of thing. So I was kind of happy with that. I said, you know, we picked that up, and having the webs on the team would definitely provide other teams like problems in team building, because they'll know then they have to prepare for hazard removal, because if I bring webs and they don't have that, then at any point one of my monsters is going to come in and wreck them. Like, you look at the offense I have at the moment, kind of scary with, you know. So I said we pick up a Rockrunnint, and I was going to be happy with that. So we kind of start getting sniped here at this point, right? Now I don't know which. There's so many snipes. Oh, there's so many snipes. I forgot what ones I really wanted. I'm gonna go. But I won't talk about snipes just yet. I'm gonna go with my next pick. It came back around to us, and I wanted a grass type, but I couldn't really find a nice grass type. And the ones I was kind of looking at was just slowly going away. But I saw that Rotom Mow in tier 4 was knocking around. Now some are saying Irish, that's 2 electric types. You know, why are you really picking up 2 electric types? Well, for starters, ground immunity, so I wasn't too afraid of that. Volt Switch, which I really wanted, and I still needed a really bulky grass type. Now, Rotom Mow not only gives me physical and special bulk, but actually hits fairly hard as well. So I thought picking this thing up in tier 4, having a bit of bulk to it, giving me the switch initiative, which I said at the start of my when I was going through the draft that I really needed for Hoop Unbound, was very essential. So picking up Rotom Mow in tier 4 I thought was actually nice. It was a solid enough pick for me. I'm very happy that I got it. And it kind of I think it kind of gives me a little bit more versatility defensively, and it can give me it kind of doesn't mean it's not like a purely defensive mod. It gives me offense as well. And again, we're all about offense. We want offense, you know. So anything that can help me do offense is brilliant. Now, next pick, I'm not gonna lie, we got sniped. All right, came back around to us, and I kind of said from a while that, look, I wanted Donphan. I really wanted to bring Donphan this season. Donphan was needed for hazard support. I know rocks. You guys are probably looking through my draft right now, like, Irish, you're normally like a hazard guy. Like, you normally bring some hazards, you normally get some removal, and at the moment we have sticky webs, and that's it. Like, where's the support? And look, I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about the exact same thing you guys. Donphan was on the radar. It was going to be Donphan, 100% all the way, and then the pictures before me, sniped, gone. So Donphan was a huge problem for me. So I had to do a bit of rethinking, and I looking around and I said, look, I really need Rapid Spinner. And looking through at this point in the draft, there wasn't too many good ones. I was going back and forth toying with ideas. Could I get Bulldor and then get extra drill and maybe have a sand core going on, and that could really be good late game, but then our ground weakness goes through the roof at that point, so it wasn't worth it. And we were kind of looking around at, like, you know, either the spinner was too expensive, or they were just absolute booty until we kind of basically said, look, we're just going to have to settle for Hitmontop. Now, a lot of people don't really like Hitmontop, but for me, it gives me a bit of bulk. It gives me Intimidate User. It gives me a Rapid Spinner. I get priority with Mach Punch. Now, I'm not going to say it's brilliant. I'm not going to sit here and say, look, this thing it can be quite passive. If you're not running some sort of setup move on it, like bulk up or whatever, it can be touch and go. But for the hold I had on the team, it kind of needed to be picked up. I needed a spinner, and it does give me a good reliable bit of bulk, and I can kind of come in on rocks and not be hindered too much by the residual, the damage that will come in from the entry hazard. So, very happy with Hitmon. Well, I'm not going to say very happy. I would prefer Donphan, hands down. I would have preferred Donphan 100%. But picking up Hitmontop, happy enough. Happy enough with that. So, we said we will take it and we'll go. Now, we were looking at how the draft was going. I was looking at other coaches, and you can kind of see at the moment I'm trying to just pick up the small pieces of bulk I can, because I had a late draft plan. But I was trying to pick up the small pieces of bulk that I needed just to fill out what we kind of need to make the team kind of tick. And the next kind of type I was looking at was, well, we need a ground type, we need a steel type, and Steelix down tier 5 was there. Now, Steelix at tier 5, now granted, can't take a special hit. Did fit the hole that I had on the team very nicely, and like, we didn't have much of a fighting weakness. Like, you look at our team, there's no fighting weakness. So very nice to think, right, we can bring Steelix and we're fine. And currently we didn't have much of a ground weakness there, so I was happy enough just to be able to go Steelix and we rock and roll with that. But I got sniped. And I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the hardest substitute that we had to do. Steelix being sniped off us definitely set me back a wee bit. I think I was going back and forth for a couple of hours trying to figure out what are we going to do, trying to replace not only the Steelix but round off the draft. And like, there was a plethora of options through the tiers we were looking at, trying to say, right, we need a steel type, because like I was wanting to draft Cobalion early on, but that got picked third round, and I was wanting to pick up a couple of bits and pieces that were going to give me pivot options and rocks, but none of them were there. But we eventually settled on the current plan. Now, thankfully, these next 3 picks, once we settle on this pick, the next 3 picks weren't sniped. We said we go with Probopass, right? Now, you guys probably saying to yourself, Irish, this is crazy. Probopass is slow. He's not going to give you much offense, which we really wanted this season. And, you know, it's got a plethora of weaknesses. And you're 100% right. 100% right. But, bear with me. We're a slow vol switcher. We have rocks. I've Magnet Pull if I want to trap some in really annoying steel types. I've Magnet Rise if I want to be able to just be immune to ground moves. And it fits the hole. It fits the hole. Now, trust me, this is the last defensive mon we're picking up. After this is pure offense, but it fits the need I had. I needed another rocker. I needed a bulky rocker. This guy's going to come in here and do the job for me, right? So Probopass is the one for us, and we're just going to have to hope for the best with it. Simple as that. We just got sniped. We had to just work around it, and it felt the niche. It felt the need I have, because the next few mons for me were far more important than this one, and I didn't want to sacrifice losing one of them just to make up for the Steelix snipe. So, without further ado, you're kind of looking at what we have. We need a tier 3, we need a mega, and we have a free mon. So obviously we can pick a higher tier 3 Pokemon if we pick a lower tier mega, because that's how the points draft system works. Most of you guys will know that. But if you don't, if you have questions, let me know in the chat. But I was there looking at my last 3 mon, and I saw one mon in tier 2, and I was like, I've no problem picking up a lower tier mon for this one, because this thing, it's been a couple of years now since I've used it. Don't think I've even used it on the channel, but oh boy do I love this thing. And I've always said this thing it should be drafted. It is insane. And that is Azelf. So Azelf is on the squad. I can't wait to use Azelf. If you guys have never ever used Azelf, this thing is unbelievable, right? Offense galore, physical, special, lightning quick. We got 115 speed. Now this mon hits a really good speed tier for us, because we have a huge gap between 100 speed with Salamence and 143 with Zeraora. So those mons sitting at 121, like the Thunderous Terrians of the world, whatever, they can kind of just go around and just run the adamant and the modest natures, but with Azelf knockaround, they're not. They can't do that. They have to run timid and jolly and naive and hasties and all that kind of stuff. So this not only gives us insanely good offense, this gives us actually a really good speed here. And Azelf is so versatile, it's crazy. We get like so much on the special side, special offensive side, and so much on the physical offensive side. It's insane. Like, if you guys haven't seen Azelf's move pool, just take a look, take a gander. It's crazy. And we also got Stealth Rock, so I actually got a second rocker on top of it. So, no, and I got a taunt user, so I have a fast taunt user, I have a stealth rocker, and I have like insanely good quick offense, which is what I really wanted this time, and versatile. So this fit the need perfectly. I was like, there was no way I wanted to give up Azelf. I really want this thing, and we're rocking out with it. Next on the list, I needed a fire type to round up that Firewater Grass core, and in tier 3 there is set a couple of nice fire types, and I decided that we were going to pick up Darmanitan. So Darmanitan is going to be on the squad. You guys probably wondering, Irish, why did you go for Darmanitan? Like, there's definitely a few different good fire types knocking around. Like, Darmanitan has got a couple of weaknesses to it, a couple of drawbacks, and that is correct. Darmanitan isn't that fast. It's not got 95 speed, but that was a speed gap that I was wanting to hit as well, because I wanted to get something just a little bit lower than 100, just to force those mons, you know, that are like 98, you know, the Hydreigons of the world to be running, and then Jolly Intimidators as well. So that fits a nice speed gap for me, and I wanted a U-turner. I wanted more switch initiative. So Azelf was one U-turner, and Darmanitan is another U-turner. So I really wanted that, and Darmanitan just smacks things. Sheer force was a 140, I think, base attack. Insane. Now I might be wrong on that, but it's insane. So having that offense, I was like, yeah, sign me up. I want that. Now, after that, I wasn't really too concerned about Z crystals. Right now, in this season, we have to draft a Z crystal rather than pick Z captains. So we draft a Z crystal, and any one of our Pokemon can use it. And like, I'm not gonna lie, there's a few Z crystals that are really good. Fighting's really good, Rock's really good, a couple of others like that are really good. Steel can be useful, all that, but most of those got drafted a little bit earlier on. But for me, I wasn't too concerned. I wanted the Mons to I wanted my Mons first and the Z crystal last, because I believe if you don't have the Mons to use the Z crystal correctly, then the Z crystal becomes redundant. So I was like, let's get a really good team and worry about the Z crystal end. And luckily enough, there was a nice Z crystal knock around that I figured, you know, this will fit my team very nicely, and that was Dragon. So apologies now for the bad image. There's not much HD images for the Z crystals knocking around on the internet, but Dragon was knocking around. I was like, boy, let me get that Dragon and let me hook that one up to my boy Solomon's. So Mence all of a sudden just became much more of an offensive threat, even though it's an insane offensive threat already. I can run Z Outrage, I can run Z Draco Meteor, and, you know, just nuke something. And I was like, yeah, I'll take that, no problem. A couple of the other ones we have here as well get Dragon coverage. Now, if I'm going to bring the Dragon Z Crystal, you better believe Mence is going to be the one carrying it, because I'm like, bring me in, get the Intimidate off, we can eat and knock off, and then we can just drop a Z Draco Meteor or Z Outrage, and we just nuke something. So happy enough we got the Dragon Crystal. That was kind of the idea behind it. Really amplifies Mence's offensive potential. And last but not least, I need to pick up my Mega. Now, you guys probably know I normally draft my Mega early and build around that, but this time around I didn't. I kind of went a different route, and I had to draft a tier 2 Mega, and there was one Mega knocking around in tier 2, and I was like, ooh, you know, bit of a Rock's weakness, but this thing is going to be so tasty to have every week, because it's not going to be fun having to deal with it. And that was Mega Beedrill. So we picked up Mega Beedrill last but not least in tier 2. Tier 2 is a bit meh for Megas, but Mega B is the one that definitely stands out there. And if you guys don't know about Mega B, and this is our return member, by the way, for those who don't know, U-turn adaptability, poison jab, knockoff, drill run, like, just hits fast and hard. We got no bulk to it, but we hit fast and hard, and we will we can get a lot of really fast, quick momentum with Mega Beedrill. So I felt that this definitely worked as a team, and I was very happy with it. If you guys kind of wondering my overall thoughts on the draft, I'm fairly happy with it. At the start, I said I wanted a versatile offense with a lot of switch initiative for Hoopa. If you look at our team, we have Zero Aura, Darmanitan, Rotom-Mow, Zero Aura, Darmanitan, Rotom-Mow, Probopass, Beedrill, Sylveon, Azelf. 7 Pokemon who have switching moves like U-turn, baton pass, and full switch that can switch in and out and bring in Hoopa unbound cleanly and let that thing nuke stuff. So very happy that we actually went with that and all that kind of fun stuff. But yeah, I am gonna wrap up here today. I kind of took a little bit too much more time than I really wanted to for you guys, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the little rant I went about my team and all that kind of good stuff. If you guys enjoyed today's season 2 draft recap, let me click the like button down below for me. Any thoughts, good, bad, indifferent, whatever about the draft or the video, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on the team that we after assembling for ourselves and all that kind of good stuff. And last one is, if you want to see more UBL Season 2 action coming away on this channel or more content in general, please smash that subscribe button down below for me and click that bell icon. On that note, I'm going to out of here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.